Hi there, my name is Teri Koenig and I work for Easter Seals Blake Foundation's Parents as Teachers program in Yuma. Today I'd like to show you how to make potato prints. The potato prints activity is a way to make stamps with potatoes, and the reason I chose this is because potatoes are inexpensive and they're found in many people's homes. Also, a lot of people have some sort of paint in their home, and especially if it's like leftover paint, that's fine to use. You might want to try to get washable paint, but other than that, any paint will do. First thing we're going to do is prepare our work area. I like to use newspapers. I subscribe to our local Yuma Sun, and after you read the paper, you recycle it, right? So if you're not going to recycle it, you can use it for other projects. So I'm going to cover this table with old newspaper. Also, I want to show you how you can probably at your local newspaper get something like this. These are end rolls for newspaper. When they're done with the printing for the day, they have just a little bit left. They sell these, and here in Yuma for $5 you can get one of those delivered to your house. So you could use that to spread that over the table, or you could use it to spread it over the table just to have a big space for the kids to draw on. It's great because it's on a roll. Doesn't matter the child's height. If you want to roll out a big piece of it and put the kid down and trace their whole body, that's a fun activity too. So we're going to prepare our area. Now I'm going to just mention that we should be preparing ourselves. I'm wearing an apron. If you have aprons for your children, that's great. I would suggest the adults as well as the children get prepared to paint. If you have smocks, those will be fine. If you have just old clothes that you're fixing to give away, the kids maybe have outgrown it or they've torn, and you just haven't got around to donating them, those are fine too. It's good to always have some painting clothes around. Remember that the kids are kids, and they're going to get paint in places where, other than the potato and the paper. So they could get get it all over their faces, get it on their fingers, that's okay. It's the important thing here is that you and your child are working together on an activity, laughing, having fun, hopefully learning a few things in the process or reinforcing things they've already learned, and most importantly, strengthening the bond between the two of you. So the potatoes are stamps. I want to say safety first. Only the parent or the parent educator gets to use the knife. So when you have a potato, if you cut it in half, automatically you've got a circle. So you could be working on circles with your child. You can make it into something else. One of my moms, I want to show you this with the paint already on it because it shows up better, just made notches, little notches, and she showed me how she did that, and it looks great. It looks like a flower. If you have children who are working on letter recognition, you can make the first initial of their first name, or maybe more. Straight lines are easiest to make. Luckily, my name begins with a T, which is all straight lines, so that's what I made for myself. You can make other shapes. Squares, rectangles, triangles, whatever you'd like, any letter of the alphabet. But again, when you're, especially with toddlers and preschoolers, safety first, only the parents or parent educator gets to use the knife. So for paper, we could use envelopes. I like using envelopes. Just as an envelope that was just some bill came in. So I cut it in half, I opened it up, and there we have something we can print on. Let's be serious. You're not going to keep these forever. You know, you're going to make some, you might keep a few, and then the rest of them are going to get tossed. So why invest a whole lot of money in extra paper? If you have paper that maybe you ran through the printer, you printed something, and the last page was you just got a header and a footer and nothing else, you know, keep those kind of papers and recycle them, because you already paid for the paper, right? So now we're going to talk about the color. I chose blue today. Matches my apron, and it's an easy primary color for the kids to work on. So when you put the paint onto what I like to use paper plates, because then I can just toss it at the end of the day. I just have a small one here. So when you put the paint on there, don't go crazy with the paint. Just put a little bit on there, because you can always add more. But if you get too much on there, then you're going to have kind of a mess. So I'm going to use this flower print first and show you how nice that looks. And your child's going to be very excited, because he or she did that all by themselves, right? Also, now I'm going to use another envelope, another one of those bills. Use the back of it. This has a window in it. That's okay. We just work around the window. And I'm going to just demonstrate how letters look. Here's a T. My name's Terry. So for your child, what you could do is have the first letter, and then once it's dry, you can write in the other letters of their name. So they can make, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 of these, and have 10, 12, 15 of their names. You can also work on color recognition and mixing. If your child already knows the names of the colors and already has a good handle on that sort of thing, you can use more than one color. For example, you could use yellow with the blue and show them how to make green. And the more blue you may add into it, you know, then you make a darker color green, more yellow, a lighter color green, and so on and so forth. So you got the vocabulary of the mixing, you got the vocabulary of lighter and darker, and the possibilities are infinite. So in recap, I just want to mention that, one, safety first. Only the parent gets to use the knife. Prepare the area. Prepare yourself. Remember, the process is more important than the product. This is not something that you're going to sell, right? This is just for fun. And so actually going through the steps and talking about the steps and organizing, helping your child stay organized, you know, that's the process. The product, you're going to have a lot of little flowers or a bunch of circles or squares, whatever you want. But that is not as important as strengthening the parent-child bond, that the two of you are engaged in an activity, then you're going to strengthen that bond, and that's what you really want in any activity. You want to always be sure that you and your child are working together on something, that your child knows that you think that he or she is important enough to spend time with. Also, I'm just going to mention, you know, feel free to recycle things like old envelopes, old newspapers, and please be sure to have fun with your child. Children learn best through play. That's their job, and might as well be fun. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a great day. Stay safe.